Welcome back to another video about the new TMS web framework. Last time I told you it was going to be quite easy to build your web forms application. And this is going to be the proof. We're going to build a really simple application where you add text to a list box. And you're going to see it's pretty straightforward. If you've ever developed a VCL application, you're going to be right there. There's not going to be any issues for you. Your application is going to be ready for the web right away. So let's start by creating the new project. The framework comes with wizards, so select New Other, and then you have the entry TMS Web application. So after creation, everything's going to be set up. Whenever you run the application, there's going to be a development web server that takes care of everything. You can concentrate on building your application. So that means we get the main form with the source code, with a form that's being derived from TWeb form, and of course, the design. So let's start by adding the controls to the form. We're going to use a TWeb edit. We're going to enter the name, a web button, where we're going to trigger the action to add the name to a list box. And you see you even have alignment lines like used from VCL applications. So this is it, and all these controls are going to be matched to their HTML counterparts. So this will become a regular HTML edit control, this become a regular HTML button, and this will become a regular HTML select control. So I'm going to name the edit control txt name, and I'm going to delete the text that's in there, and I'm going to set the caption of the web button to add and name the button add, and caption is going to be add. And the list box is going to be named LB names. And of course, what we have to do now is we have to implement the onClick event by double clicking on the button. And just as you're used to from Delphi, you can add items to the list box. That means LB names.items.add. And what do you want to add? The text from the name edit control. That's it. Believe it or not, you have your first web application. Let's run this application. That's amazing, huh? Everything's set up. The URL for the browser is being set for you by the IDE, and you can start using the application. So we're going to enter a name, add it. We're going to add another name, add it. And this is going to behave like a regular list box control. Amazing, isn't it? So let's add some eye candy for the user, because we just want to be able to add a name if there's actually a name being entered in the edit control. Otherwise, we want to display an error message. So what do? We check the length of the text, and if there's a text entered, we add the items as before. Otherwise, we're going to show an error message, and we can really use show message. The web framework is so smart that it's going to translate that into something the browser will be able to understand. So here, let's check this out. We add another name. Perfect, and now we erase the name. And the framework is going to make sure that the browser understands what it's supposed to do. So let's add another name. And it works. So this is what the compiler produces. You get an HTML file, which the web server opens. And then there's one JavaScript file. So your whole source code is being translated into JavaScript. Of course, there's options how the JavaScript is being created, but that's for another time. Just imagine how powerful this is going to be. You can write your Delphi application as before, and it's going to become a JavaScript web application. So what this means is you're going to be able to deploy this to any web server. And of course, all your customers are going to be able to use this with any HTML5 compatible web browser. So hopefully, I could trigger your interest even more to get your hands on this framework. So next time we're going to build another application that's really tedious to build if you have to write the JavaScript yourself. But with our framework, it's going to be real easy. You'll see. So see you next time. Stay tuned.